Hello everybody, my name's Hushey and welcome back to the Victoria Project. This is episode number 3 and let's see what we've been doing this week. So starting off, we've been redoing the bridge. Now we've got plenty more screens and all these things, well they do things basically. This one here is, I'm not quite sure what this one does, I'll be honest with you. I'm pretty sure this is, all this kit by the way is what's on real ships in real life. Pretty sure this piece of kit is redundant nowadays, but I'm still chucking it on because Victoria has it in real life. This is your XY coordinates, nothing too bad there. And we've got some little signage on all of these things. They're just, you know, your basic things, your battery expiration date, keep silent mode set to off, you know, labels and stuff. So this one here is your current location, and this one here is the one where you set a course of where you want to go, and then you can compare the two next to each other. Comes in kind of handy here. We've got the AIS system, which is, don't worry about that. We've got these little screens here. I've labelled all of these, as you can see, with these blocks. This one's your radar, this one's your ECDIS, this one's your standard computer for your emails, e.g. But yeah, this is just for, I don't know what we're going to do with this. I might just chuck the weather report on here. Anyway, this is your distress. This is typically where a phone goes in real life, but we can't do that. So the best I can do is a radio signal locator. We'll see. And then we've got a weather display here, and then a couple of screens here, which basically these are just your optional what you put on here. Maybe your engine stats or something, I'm not sure. But yeah, there's same on this side, exact same, and then same over here as well. Back here, this is going to be a kitchen area or something. We haven't got around to this bit yet, but probably just going to have like snacks or something in there. Now, let's move down the ship a little bit. And I'm going to take you over to the engine room. So let's go down there, and let's find out what's going on. Alright, and here we are in the engine room. You'll notice we haven't got around to painting it yet, but it does serve the job it's supposed to, so that's fine. So, let's check it out. So we got two main units per big unit. So, essentially, there's like 5 engines on each side, and these all power, so this is like one major unit, and then it's the same for this side, so we have 2 major units. These are the gearboxes here, and there's a crankshaft, which is here. So, let's get these puppies started up. To do this, we're going to go over to the engine room. Don't mind the tyre clipping through the wall, that's just Stormworks for you. We're going to go into the engine actual control bay. We've got an overheat alarm in here because the temperature limit is set to 0, so I'll just change that really quick to 100. This is just temporary, don't worry about that. So to get this thing going, what we're going to do is we're going to chuck this thing into 50% or around 50%. It doesn't have to be spot on. Throttle. Now this is how much power we're generating. If we generate too much power, it's going to overload the system. Okay, now to get these going, we've got to turn on unit 1. There you go. And then turn on unit 2. And there we go. And we've got these nice, lovely animations. And when these things load up, you'll get a system output. And the system output, wait for it, it takes a while to turn on because the whole point of these engines are to be realistic, so they won't just turn on instantly, and more of that later in the video. But here we go, we've got our system display here. Now it's just going to be a big block at the minute because I haven't set any stuff up. So we need to set an RPS limit and an idle. For idle, I'm going to set to 3 RPS, which generally does the job. I don't ask what's going on down here with the water glitches. That's Stormworks for you. Weird things happen with Stormworks, I can't explain. But anyway, we've got our idle RPS, so we go over to the RPS limit now. I'm going to set this thing over to, let's say 100, right? Let's put it up to 100 RPS. And now you see our overload alarm is gone off. We've got our stuff going, but we don't actually have any cooling at the minute. So before we go, we need to take our intake like that, and you'll see the screens update as I turn those on. There you go. That one's a bit behind, but there you go. There's the update screens now. For those clever people, you'll be able to understand this graph. If not, don't worry about it. Alright, and now we're in the bridge. We've got to get the bridge set up. So at the minute, because it's for testing, it's very simple to do. We just hold down this key button and we throttle up. Now, before I do this, I want you to watch very carefully at what the boat does. This is not your average Stormworks boat. Full throttle. Doesn't seem to be going, right? Well, it is going. It's just the engine is taking a while to rev up. There you go. As you can see, it's just slowly speeding up. And you'll see we'll slowly start to pull away from the dock. That is because we have a drift modification to the boat. So the more you are going quickly, and if you shut down the boat, then it will take a while because your boat will drift. So I'll just show you an example of this. I'm going to get it up to speed, and then I'll show you exactly what I mean by that. Alright, well, we're not full speed, but we are going relatively quickly. This is 2/3 of the full speed. So I want to show you what's going on here. Let's throttle down, and I'll show you exactly what we mean about drifting. Now, and a lot of people say Stormworks is like driving through syrup. And by remember, one no throttle here. Stormworks is like driving through syrup, and I completely agree with them. If you kill the throttle on a boat, it should drift like this. It shouldn't just stop, because that makes no sense. But there we go. This is no throttle. We've been here for about 10 seconds now. This is from full speed to full stop. And the propeller is still going. You can see it is still going. And that is because we have a microcontroller which is doing a lot of work to make sure the ship drifts, basically. So there we go. It's coming to a stop now. Steady stop. We've gone at least... we've gone a good 20 meters there with from full speed to stop. So hey, that isn't bad, but there's the Victoria, guys. It's going pretty well this week, actually. We've got a lot of work done. The the issue with that is, though, we may have got a lot done with the Victoria. We haven't quite got a lot with the Scylla or the Morella, especially Morella. I haven't done any work on Morella, and Scylla's hardly had anything done because we've been really hard concentrating on the Victoria. But you can definitely tell that it's still going well. You can definitely tell that we've put our all into this because it genuinely is a lot has happened in a week. A lot has happened. Probably, I would argue, more than Scylla in its first week. Even though we did the whole exterior in a couple of days, this thing has had so much testing and behind the scenes stuff. We have gone through several engine changes. This engine is like one of like 5. We've tried so many different types of engines and seeing what works to get us to speed. We've still not quite got there. We're going to have to probably add more engines, yeah, more. I did say that, but we're getting to about 13 knots at the minute, and we want to be getting over to about around 15. 15 is where we want, because 15 is full speed with weight. It's more like 13, but we don't have any weight on at the minute. But that's okay. So anyway, let's chuck a bit of waves at this thing before we go off. It's pretty stable for the most part. 100% waves, it's not going to be great, obviously. But about 50% it's fine. You can see with 100% it's a bit wacky. If I go here, you can see it bounces up and down a little bit. But if I chuck them on over to 50, or maybe let's go to 75%, you'll definitely notice the ship's a lot more stable at that wave height. You can see it's going way less with the 75%. And if I cut it down to 50%, which is usually what you'll see when you're at sea in this game, there's hardly any sway at all. Like, especially when the ship's stationary at the minute, so it's like not really accurate. But when the ship's moving, there's just no sway whatsoever, really. But you can see just from the stationary position, it barely moves. So you can probably guess how it moves with the wind on full and at full throttle. But guys, that's the Victoria. Thanks for watching, everybody. It's been a great pleasure making this week's video. I'm trying to keep on time with those upload schedules, so keep at it, me, and keep supporting me, please, guys, because the support inspires me to do it. The more support I get, the more likely I'm going to make the videos, which is not blackmail, I promise you. But yeah, thanks, guys. I hope you enjoy. If you like this sort of content, feel free to click the like button. And if you enjoy this sort of video, or you enjoy the Victoria series, or any other of our series, you can feel free to click the subscribe button for more. But yeah, thanks everybody, and I'll see you all very soon. Goodbye.